The following program contains words. If you are offended by words, remember that there is a better podcast.
So, I guess now we can start?
Sure.
Is that how that works?
Well, this is new that we have something playing on the TV beside us.
Yeah.
How often am I going to get distracted by sports?
Sports? Do you want me to put on porn instead? Does that make you a little bit more at ease?
Oh God! And there's a boundary. We just ran through the stop sign and just went to the dark side.
Hey, guess what?
I don't know how to open them. Oh, there it is.
Hit him with the intro.
Hit them with the intro. Night Court.
Spontaneous combustion.
I say Night Court at that point every time that they think it's probably part of the intro music that you made.
Cheers.
What is this, episode 4?
4, I guess. Something like that.
We desperately need an intern.
I'm just jamming out to this. I like this intro. It's kind of fun.
Sometimes I just stop to listen to it, and I'm like, and I still go Night Court.
Night Court. Welcome to the podcast that says, if you ask yourself, why did I just spend all my time listening to this? Just remember,
there's a better podcast.
That's right. And you can find us at
there's a better podcast at gmail.com.
On the tweet machine, there is a better podcast.
Twitter.
On Instagram, there is a better podcast. It's all one word.
The Graham.
The Germ. The Heather Graham.
I got people said that since I said that from the very first episode where I called it the Graham. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna try to make that happen?" I'm trying to make it happen like Clueless, where I try to make fetch happen.
Fetch rhymes with betch, and that's what you are. Betch.
Betchel. Bicycle.
Bicycle-y?
Hey, we
Bicycle-y?
forgot to do what are you drinking this time?
Oh,
the last episode.
Well, yeah, because we were not sponsored by an alcoholic beverage. This time, we are sponsored by an alcoholic beverage. It's called alcohol.
Random alcohol. INC dot.
It registered trademark.
Yes.
It makes friends friendlier. Today I'm drinking the best of the worst. It's not really the best of the worst. It's just
not the best of the worst. It's, first of all, how dare you, good sir?
Are you saying it's mid-range of the worst?
This is my go-to drinking. If I'm just going to be like day drinking or just hanging out with friends, this is my favorite beverage.
So what you're saying is I'm your friend?
Of course you're my friend.
Oh my God. You've just admitted to me finally something I've been waiting my entire life. I've known you since how long?
2007.
Yeah. And
we can edit that out though.
Probably should.
We don't edit shit.
We didn't even edit that. No.
Nope. We'll never know.
Nope.
We'll never know. Hey.
Hay is for horses. I prefer straw. Well, what's on your plate? Oh, Miller Lite. That's what I'm drinking.
We just went out and we went shopping because you got a brand new grill.
I did. So I'm that neighbor who is out at 8 o'clock at night setting up my grill and doing it until 10 o'clock at night. I'm that jackass neighbor who's making a lot of noise. Everybody else is inside doing their thing, and I'm out here tinkering away. Clunk, 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 clunk. But it is built. It looked really nice. I even have a cover for it. The cover doesn't fit.
It looks like Jabba the Hutt.
It looks like Jabba the Hutt. It just kind of hangs over. The head of it, or like the top of the grill looks like a head. It seriously looks like Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt? Well, that would be a good
grill.
That would be a good place, though, a good coffee place. Welcome to Java the Hutt.
Jabba's.
No. Java. Java.
Oh, Java.
Java the Hutt.
Yes.
I mean, because all those types of coffees, they make you fat anyway. It's so high calorie, but they're so good.
I didn't know that. Now I'm wondering where all my coffee goes. It goes right to my midsection.
Yeah, mine usually goes to my thighs.
My thighs?
My thighs.
Hey, we forgot to tell, if this is first-time listeners, we forgot to tell them that what we are a variety podcast.
I thought we were a nonprofit organization.
No, we are not. Well, in one way or another, we are a nonprofit, but we are a variety podcast that talks about various things: entertainment, pop culture, a little teeny tiny part of movie reviews, true crime movie reviews. I do almost every episode because I watch a lot of TV.
You do watch a lot of TV, and so
I don't sleep a lot though.
I can understand why you're concerned about those coffees.
Because I drink so many of them.
Because you drink so many of them, and you don't do shit. You just sit on the. Sorry.
No, I'm normally.
That was mean.
I normally have something playing in the background when I'm like randomly searching the bowels of the internet for.
Yes.
You just go down one rabbit hole after
I
another.
like the fact that you explain it as the bowels of the internet.
Well, last episode I talked about Napoleon's penis, so it's clearly the bowels of.
This is true. You can't see this. I'm rolling my eyes like left and right. Multiple times.
Going different directions, too.
Yeah.
It's quite impressive.
It's like what's that animal that can do that? Salamander? Lizard?
Yeah.
A lizard-mander?
Anteater, giraffe.
Crocodile.
Yeah. Crocodile in the Nile.
So you're talking about all these shows that you've been watching.
Yes.
You do a lot of movie reviews, Mike's movie reviews.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't make a formal one for this time, but I got a whole bunch to talk about. Actually, you know what? One was inspired by you. There's this movie called Ava. It's on Netflix.
I once knew a woman named Ava.
Yes, actually, we worked with an Ava too.
Yes, we did work with an Ava.
She was awesome.
She was awesome.
You know why I started watching this movie?
Lack of better options.
One of our favorite or first episodes that we did, you were talking about Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes.
So I'm like, wait a minute! I started a movie the other day with Bryce Dallas Howard.
Howard.
Dow
Chemical
the Dow Duchess,
the
Bridgerton,
De Ching.
Down the rabbit
Isn't that
hole
the name
we
of the
go.
book? Yeah.
So I start watching this, and I started rewatching it after we talked about Bryce Dallas Howard. Triple first name. Serial killer.
We're going right back to that serial killer.
It's a thing. It is such a thing. But I started watching this. Then about halfway through the movie, I realized I made a grave mistake.
You make mistakes?
Every day.
When?
Every episode.
No.
Everything.
You're perfect.
I thank you, Booski. It was not Bryce Dallas Howard.
I rescind that.
It was not Bryce Dallas Howard. It was Jessica Chastain.
I thought you were going to say Sarah Jessica Parker, another three-name person who could very well be.
I'm not convinced she's not.
I know. Everybody talks about the horse face thing. I don't see it.
I don't know what they're talking about on that either. I feel like that's just rude.
How rude.
Oh. Mrs. Sweeten. Wait, or is it Miss? I don't know.
I think it's Miss. I hope it's Miss. Swiss Miss.
Swiss Miss. But I got her.
I love Swiss Miss in December.
It's
my favorite holiday.
It wasn't even.
What the hell?
It wasn't Bryce Dallas Howard.
Right.
It was Jessica Chastain, like an idiot.
Okay.
So it actually had a bunch of people in it that I really,
I'll have
really
to Google.
like.
Can you Google? Okay. If you can Google Jessica Chastain for me. Jessica Chastain for me, I don't know who that is. Send it to me. There's a better podcast at gmail.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
We need that
because that's the only way that I really know what's going on is.
And you'll forget after this episode. We'd never listen to him.
I probably would.
Well, she also stars actually Jessica Chastain again, not Bryce Dallas Howard. I think if you put them next to each other, you probably would agree with me that you probably thought they're the same person or very similar.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty specific about redheads, so
okay.
I can tell them apart for the most part.
This movie also stars John Malkovich.
Was that Carrot Top?
How dare you, John Malkovich?
Oh, that John Malkovich,
not Carrot Top.
Not Carrot Topkovich.
It also has Colin Farrell. I really like him. And Gina Davis.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Gina Davis in Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson. Did you? Okay, so I'm gonna tangent for just a second. Did you see the most recent commercial? You know, like how he does the commercials with the other guys, the basketball players and whatnot, and
for March Madness, wasn't it?
Yeah. Capital One. And he's like, yeah, and every time I swear, I get whatever, like paid for it or something like that. And I'm thinking, yeah, you do actually. That's totally your calling card. That's what we love about. That's what I love about him anyway. Like, how many times can he say motherfucker in a movie? Should we do a special on that? The motherfucker counter for like Pulp Fiction,
yes.
Snakes on a Plane.
Yes.
What's the other one? Skank on a Chain, I think it was. That was
Black City Mountain.
Yes.
Or Black Black Snake Moan.
Black Snake Moan. Yes, thank you.
God, why can I never get anything on the first try? Everybody sits there. There's got to be an audible sigh from everybody that says, this. Or, I need the Grammarly app. I say it so many times because they're going to sponsor us. They're going to sponsor us. I just need it attached to my lips so it comes out correctly. I swear I'm not an idiot. I just can't speak.
I cannot speak.
I'm like a No Doubt song.
I am like a No Doubt song.
I'm not the guy that dropped his phone on his floor. They can't reach it. Where's your soundboard at?
I don't know.
God, you were cranking it last episode.
I know. I what can I say? I don't know what I'm doing half the time.
Oh, before we get back to the rest of that movie review.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Bryce Dallas Howard.
Gina Davis in Long Kiss Goodnight. I actually like that movie. It was quite a bit older.
Yeah.
So the premise of the movie. Oh, I'm going to circle back. One of my favorite books is Samuel L. Jackson, Now Go the Fuck to Sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That was like extremely well timed. Look at your phone. It's down there. Look, reach for it. Go for it.
It looks so sad.
There's so many wires in the way. You're going to cut our feeds. Oh, my God. That was impressive.
Thank you. I got it on the first try.
Wow. All right. So Ava on Netflix is basically she's a hired assassin with all these like parent issues. And John Malkovich is her handler in the movie. And they actually kind of have like a father-daughter.
Her handler? It sounds like Black Snake Moan all over again.
No, this is like assassin handler. He gives her the context and all that. And I think helps train
assassin.
He plays like a father role to it. And that part really resonates with me. And like it really, they seem to really connect in the movie. Colin Farrell plays like an opposite of like turncoat assassin that thinks she's a liability. I don't know. The movie kind of fumbles its way through.
It insists upon itself.
It had pretty good fight scenes, though. I kind of enjoyed the little hand-to-hand combat stuff.
My favorite fight scenes were in The Matrix.
Really?
Yeah, that scene where like they were in the building and they had like all the firearms that came out, and then it was like that really cool and he was like jumping upside down and stuff like that, and Trinity was over there like
you're the guy from the academy, police academy.
Oh my God, I was thinking about Michael Winslow the other day.
I saw him randomly on a clip of like he did like he started singing, like he was singing legit, and I'm like, holy shit!
I know he's got a good voice for doing stuff like that. I didn't know he could sing.
What can't he do?
I mean, I guess if he can sound like anything, then he can sound like a good singer as well, right?
Right.
Yeah, we sound good.
I don't know why.
But that doesn't mean that we can sing.
No, I cannot sing. Remember when you always used to give me have some beverages, and I would try to sing something, and it would be so terrible. What did I always try to sing? Oh, Foo Fighters' Everlong.
Oh God,
it was so terrible. Like Dave Grohl should punch me in the mouth every time I do it.
Dave Grohl, would you, if you could meet us in a dark alley, I want you to punch Mike in the mouth, and I want to get this on like. I want to tape it.
If I'm taking one from Grohl, you're taking one from your favorite artist in the world, Taylor Hawkins. You love him. You didn't even get that right.
I
know I didn't.
Not Stephen Hawking. No, Taylor Hawkins.
I know I said it wrong because I wanted you to correct me because I know you despise him, but you secretly love him.
I don't despise him.
You want to be him.
I fairly loathe him.
Because you want to be him.
Because I wanted that spot in Foo Fighters.
Yes. You're a drummer. He's a drummer.
Okay. Well, that cat's out of the bag now.
Whoops.
I guess I don't have anything else to prove. Bye, everybody.
Cancel the podcast. Hit him with the outro. No, do not hit him with the outro. I'm not done yet.
Anybody. We're not outroing in shit.
Circle back. We need a circle back podcast. There we go.
All right.
The movie's okay. I would still check it out. Like it's one of those movies like you put it on in the background and kind of do something else. And there's other moments that it completely sucks you in. You're like, well, okay, yeah, this is all right.
I don't know how you can do that.
Are you really?
Sorry to like completely aside, but I don't know how people can do that. You can have something going on in the background, and you're concentrating on whatever it is that's in front of you, and all of a sudden, boom, it like sucks you in to whatever is going on in the background. Like I am not a very good multitasker. If I'm doing one thing, I'm on it. If I'm doing something else, I'm on it. It's very difficult for me to like just passively listen to something except a podcast. Oh, shit.
Bummer.
Bazingo! If that would have gone longer, I'm like, oh my God, what are we like in a sports like?
I don't know.
What is going on?
I'm still messing around with this soundboard here. I'm digging it.
Can I get you to like do some homework for this podcast at some point? Like I I want you to like review one of these movies or something that I watch so we can have competitive banter based off of that. But no, you have to be busy and have this like nice and full life.
Sorry, man.
I am too, but I just don't sleep.
I have to correct something from our last episode.
Oh yes.
It just occurred to me. My producer is telling me that I made a grave mistake. I said I only had 2 nephews. I fucked up. I had 2 sets of nephews. 2 sets of 2. Good gravy, man.
You are one pathetic loser.
Yeah, thanks.
I want to know which 2 that you left out in your mind, so I can publicly shame you for that.
I'm not going to admit who they were. Because
thankfully our families do not listen to this.
Not yet, anyway.
I don't know if I ever want.
I will
them
probably
to.
tell them not to. But
I actively tell people that I like.
But they
really
can speculate who it was that
Yeah.
I was thinking of. You know, was it their children or is it the other children? I don't know. No, I'm not going to say who I was thinking about. I'm just going to say I had a lot to drink in that episode. Okay, I had a lot to drink in that episode. Do not cancel me.
Shut up.
Okay, fine. I'll stop it. I mean,
You're an idiot.
Jeez.
Another-
Stop it
Shut up.
already. Oh, fine.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Another show
You're
that I've
an
been
idiot.
watching.
Good Lord.
Actually, I finished it.
4 nephews. Okay, there it is. I have 4
nephews. Do you feel
Yes.
better now?
I do.
That's not even from the episode. That's
You
bad.
are one pathetic loser.
Okay, fine.
Stop it.
We got
nicer
the
to my
idea.
friend.
We got the idea. Anyway, continue.
New show. Newer show. 2 Weeks to Live, I think it's called, on HBO Max. It's got Paisley Williams in it. You also know her from Arya Stark.
Are you afraid of the Stark?
No, the small Stark in Game of Thrones.
Is that Tony Stark?
No, it's not a Stark or
What
Stork.
was the name of this person again?
Arya Stark. Oh no, Paisley Williams.
Paisley.
She plays. I don't know what to really say. This show is kind of like really quirky with their banter, and she basically lived with her mom like under a rock for like years, and she didn't know the outside world, and they kind of tricked her into like thinking the world was going to die, so she was gonna end. So she
Okay, I recognize her. Yeah.
yeah, she was gonna avenge her father and all those stuff. I really liked it. We talked about this last time. That I'm into shows that have really
Yes.
quality banter, and they
Yes.
have really clever, witty banter in it. I could not stop, and they're quick episodes. I think they're only 20 minutes, and I finished it all in less than a day. And I really did. I need to add a side note to this. When she played Arya Stark in Game of Thrones, at the end there's a sex scene with her and the Baratheon boy that survives. His name is eluding me. Hello, ghost intern.
Yeah. Can we get that intern help us out here?
Gendry Baratheon. Gendry Baratheon. And I thought they were going to go like full Game of Thrones style and show a lot of stuff. And I'm like, I'm not prepared for this because we watched that show when she was a little tiny kid. Yeah. And you watched it over the years grow up into a young, beautiful woman. I couldn't do it. I didn't want to see anything. I didn't want to speculate on anything. I would have, and I never fast forward through shows. I would have done it, and thankfully they didn't show hardly anything.
It's a good thing. Yeah, somebody's had a clear head on that.
Yeah, I'm glad they left that one alone. I'm sure she was of age, but I didn't want to find out. It was a cringe moment. Like, I have some of those watching TV. I'm, please do not do this. And I said the whole time, I'm like, oh, I can't handle this. I can't handle this. I don't want to.
Well, that's why you close your eyes. You know, it's in that song "Dust in the Wind." I close my eyes only for a moment, then the moment's gone.
That was good.
Ta-da!
Oh, complete segue. But a year ago this week, guess what came out?
You?
I'm coming out. Tiger King for the first time. It was only a year ago. Doesn't it feel like an age ago? It was a year ago this week.
Wait, who?
Tiger King. Yeah.
The
show on Netflix?
Okay, so full disclosure, I tried. I heard so many people talking about it on, different podcasts, different radio shows. Yes, I listen to terrestrial radio, whatever. Again, I'm also a very old, archaically, technologically de-enhanced person. Anyway, everywhere that I'd heard people talking about that show, they were praising it. Mm-hmm. And so I tried getting into it. I think I lasted like 15 to 20 minutes, and I said, this fucking pisses me off. I could not stand.
We have to have a record for saying the F word in this episode. I think we dropped it at least 12 times already. We need our own counter on our own show.
Fuck it, let's go for another one. Anyway, so what was I gonna say? Well, anyway, but no, I tried making it through, and I just couldn't get past like the first 15, 20 minutes. I hated both of them. I sincerely wanted both of them to be eaten by tigers.
I think that's why the show had resonated with people, because it's like one of those shows where neither one of them is a good character.
Yeah,
I don't trust her at all.
I don't trust her.
She played a role in her husband's death. Allegedly. I allegedly believe that.
I agree with that too. Oh my God. So what else we got to talk about here? What's coming up here? Because we're going to take a little break.
You know, we're going to come back. Actually, I have another review that I want to do. One more, then I'll get into my theory about a serial killer.
Really?
Yeah.
Another three-name person?
No, my own personal one.
Oh.
Unnamed.
Oh, you're the serial killer?
No.
Well,
don't bury the lead. Just let them get there.
No, I was going to leave that hanging, so then people would stay for the second. But you've already killed it. You've already buried the lead. Thank you. I'm not going to say your middle name or your last name because that would make you an accomplice. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the show that reminds you, if you decide that you cannot stand us, always remember,
there is a better podcast.
There is a better podcast. You can find us on the Twitter webs, also the Instagrammer webs.
Same name.
Same
podcast.
name. There
Same
is a
name.
better podcast. Also, you can email us if you want.
At thereisabetterpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
I don't know why I put so much emphasis on that, but it felt good.
You put the emphasis on the right syllable.
Hey,
Emphasis.
I don't. Emphasis. Mufasa.
Mufasa, not slower.
Last review. And I didn't write a full one because I didn't think any of these were worth a full review as of yet.
It's time
There's
for
more coming.
Michael's movie reviews.
All right. This one I actually just watched the other
Epic
day. You couldn't even get to the soundboard on that
I
one?
couldn't even get to the soundboard on that one in time.
This one's called Boss Level. Actually, I think it's fairly recent. It came out in the last couple weeks or so. It's got Frank Grillo and...
Frank Grimes?
Frank Grillo?
Frank Rizzo. Boy, that's a blast from the past.
Mel Gibson.
That is also a blast from the past.
Naomi Watts.
Okay, I'm in.
And you know what? A surprise... And I should have verified this. And I had 15 opportunities to did, and I didn't.
Well,
but
it's the 16th because 16th, you know what? I'm just going to leave that joke elsewhere.
Ghost intern could clarify this, but I swear to God, it's Rob Gronkowski.
What?
It plays a teeny tiny role in this movie.
Gronk has a cameo.
He does. I swear it's him. If it's not, and then the minute I was looking at it, I was so into the movie at the time that I couldn't look away from it.
Do you think, though, that Gronk and Mel Gibson would be, in a fight, Gronk in his prime versus Mel Gibson in his prime?
So you want me to compare a professional athlete at the peak of his self versus a actor that's paid to do something?
Yeah, but I mean, he was Riggs in the Lethal Weapon series. I mean, he doesn't get any cooler than that.
Yeah, it was cool, but
and then after a while, his career completely
and Gronk did
tanked.
Wrestling too, so he's got some acting in him. And I insulted all the wrestling fans.
And congratulations, everybody! Everyone's been
It tells a story. It's
insulted.
fun. It's entertaining. Whatever.
Oh, hold on, I just got another the F counter. Oh, I forgot to turn on the soundboard.
Did I say
F counter?
Did I say the F word or you did?
I did.
Oh, I thought I try to be good sometimes.
No.
You know what this is? The movie is like Groundhog Day on homicidal crack. It's the same day over and over again, over and over and over again.
Is that the 3-name person that you were trying to come up with earlier? That I was saying that it was you, and you said no.
No,
that was a different. Was that a different episode?
No, this is something totally different. This is actually a true crime theory I have.
Oh,
but that's not what I'm talking about right now. I enjoyed this movie, the movie called Boss Level, early on. Halfway through the movie, I started to get a strange feeling that they were stuck in a video game. And I'm like, I swear to God, if this movie ends with them stuck in a video game, I'm going to be pissed.
The fact that you said boss level, right?
Yeah,
the fact that you said boss level just made me think like, instantly, that's where my mind went. But I also play a lot of video games. I play the old man video games, like the ones where you get the cartridge and then you have to blow on it, and that supposedly makes it work.
I should talk about video games on here every now and then.
We should a little bit now and then. I mean,
that's a remake. That's not the real one, is it?
I thought it was the real one.
I think his voice is a lot more squeakier than I thought.
Well,
it didn't end up being a video game, so I'm sorry if I buried the lead that I was hoping it was a video game, but it was interesting. It's not actually I'd watch the film just because it was entertaining.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It was not like Ready Player One or anything.
No, I think there's a good sequel to that coming too.
Is it Ready Player 2? Player 2 enters the room.
Player 2. See what game it is. Player 2 exits the game.
Do yourself a favor and uninstall.
Yes. Right now.
I did that the other day. Speaking of which, we're going to try and play Rocket League.
Rocket League,
yep. And Ruffles have rockets.
Maybe we can get people to play with us at some point. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be
kind of
fun.
With our listeners?
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah. Engage with the listeners online. And then they can tell us to do ourselves a favor and uninstall.
Because we're terrible. Well, you're really good at it. I
have my moments.
Yeah.
But the moment that I didn't have was we were trying to play, and so like I was trying to start the game, and it kept telling me that I was unauthorized to play it, and it was like, please update your Xbox Gold account, which I did. In fact, I take that back. It doesn't even expire for like another month or so, a month and a half. And then it's like, make sure that you're on what is it? The player thing, the
crack.
No, not crack. That was the other thing. That came before the Xbox.
Yeah.
That was just so I can enjoy what I'm doing. But the extra the extra games that you can get, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Game Pass?
Game Pass, thank you. It was like, make sure you're on Game Pass and then make sure you have, EA credentials updated. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go and get Game Pass then. $10.60 later, I still can't play the fucking game.
Counter.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Why are we so bad right now?
Well, we don't have our intern.
Well, I meant like bad with the swearing.
Oh.
Yeah, who cares? Because we've had... Ooh.
You like that?
Hit that again.
I did.
Warning.
It's warning. Not to be confused with Green Day's warning. Anyway, so I was trying to get into it, and like I couldn't play the stupid game, and so I was like, well, I just spent $10.60 to do absolutely nothing, and so I deleted it. I did myself a favor and uninstalled.
Mm-hmm. Then you went and touched yourself.
Well, that was, I mean, what else was I going to do while I was freaking downloading the game again? 20 gigs later, I had like a 200...
that explicit logo on this episode.
Warning.
Where was I going with that?
I don't know.
Talking about technology and shit. But Ready Player 1, Ready Player 2, and I was like, okay, I really want to play this game. We're going to try to. And I never got around to it. And then the old man Tony decides, like he's going to fall asleep at 11 o'clock. It was so fucking late. Oops.
Doggone it. Hey, can I...
Nab it.
We've had requests.
Those rascally kids.
We've had requests for like true crime to a certain degree for us to do something about true crime, right?
Yes.
And I am going to do one, and probably
I like True Lies. How about that?
Ooh, that was a good movie.
It was a good movie. That was a fun movie.
Oh, my foster dad used to
it's a great story.
Rewind this one part of this movie because it was so ridiculous. He's falling down. You remember the movie, right?
Oh yeah, I watched it just recently.
He rolls down the hill in a tuxedo on his back.
Oh yeah, like
and he starts shooting at people
right at the fucking beginning of the right at the beginning of the movie.
Shooting people by sliding down a hill on his back. It's like the most ridiculous scene.
And like they're all just complete bad shots, and he just like boom, 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 fires one off, and bam, bam, bam.
It's such a great
so
movie.
Fun,
it was at the time. It was just fantastic.
And
Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold is actually funny in that. I hate Tom Arnold with a passion.
I don't get his humor.
He's terrible, but he was hilarious.
I thought he was great in it. I thought he played a good.
It was this perfect asshole role.
Yeah. Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold.
What an asshole.
What an asshole.
We love you, Tom. Hey, so we had a request about do something about true crime, right?
Okay.
And I'm
with you on this.
And
I'm
we
listening.
said from the get-go that
here we go.
We were going to
hit me with
entertain
you
the idea of
continue to tell me these things, and I'm just not hearing anything out of
Shut
you.
your pipe. So, actually, by the next episode, I'm going to do a real one. Actually, I'm going to do what I consider. I think it's weird to say favorite.
Duh. Winning.
Yes.
It's a case that I find it fascinating, so I'm going to do that one. And, well, I won't even bury the lead. I'll just throw it out there, so it makes me actually have to do it. I'm going to do one on Ed Kemper.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Edgar Allan Poe.
No.
Because that's 3 names, too.
No, he was a serial killer.
He was a serial killer.
Allegedly.
He buried a heart underneath a floorboard.
He documented his crimes. He absolutely did that.
Nevermore.
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 You're an idiot.
I am an idiot. So here's my theory. I have a theory. Since I'm not going to do the real one, I promise I'll actually do it next time. I'll do a whole write-up, and I'll have facts and dates and stuff like that. I'll do it right.
We're doing facts on this show now?
If I'm going to
we
do
actually have like good production value. I'm sorry. Our budget is like zero.
We
spend it all on Twizzlers and Miller Lite. If that tells you the budget of this show, actually it would cost more for the Twizzlers and propane.
Oh well,
propane
actually,
and propane
when we went to go get the propane, we did.
Oh my God! Yes.
We're pretty sure we saw a couple Tinder hookups happening in the parking lot.
Tinder hookups or some
That second one, when you went in the store, I got to tell you, I don't think that was a Tinder hookup.
Well, I saw that.
Either that or dude was like 15 seconds, but
I don't know.
That was a drug deal. That was an absolute drug deal, and neither one of the cars had plates on them.
Well, I saw him get out of one car.
It got in the passenger side of the nice car
of his best friend's ride,
trying to holler at me. I don't want no
drugs.
No, he didn't.
Maybe I do. Mm.
It was skeevy. I needed a shower after that. It was not great. I'm like, I locked the doors. I'm like, why is this happening to me? Where's Tony?
It was like that scene in the movie Office Space where Michael Bolton, at the very beginning, he's pumping rap music, whatever, and then he sees a guy on the road selling flowers, and then he rolls the windows up, locks the doors, cringes down in his seat as much as possible so he doesn't get seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of that thing. Did you feel that that's what you were doing?
I didn't realize what was happening until later on. Oh. Actually, I thought he went into
until after they offered you, and you're like, no.
I thought the person actually went in the store, and I thought they might have actually this other one got in the other car to take the purse out of the car and ran back to their car and took off. And I really kind of all of a sudden I was about to get out of the car and I saw the other person move in the car. I'm like, oh
yeah.
I'm like, that's great.
Well, that adds up.
Yeah. Well, anyways, speaking of crime, what a segue.
If you meet when you said the first time we went to one of the big box stores to buy some propane, and he said, "Oh, it looks like a Tinder date's happening here." And I'm thinking to myself, if you're going to meet yourself a Tinder date at Home Depot's parking lot, I think you have bigger problems in your life.
Well, maybe said man is fixing both sets of plumbing. the house plumbing. Never mind.
Oh.
Nope. There we go.
Duh.
Normally that's you. Normally I'm pretty well behaved and mild mannered, but now you're taking me down into the rabbit hole with you. That was on the soundboard.
Miller Lite really bubbles up nicely.
I'm
It's a good gargler.
I'm going to hurt you. Eric, can I get to my theory? Because I want to hear I want you to weigh in here and tell me if I'm crazy or not.
I think we still have time, don't we?
We have a little bit.
Okay. Go
so
ahead.
I have a theory.
Bring it on.
Right now.
Spare me your mumbo jumbo.
Shut your mouth.
Just
put a smile on it.
All right, go.
So I think.
I'm listening.
Folks, I'm at my wit's end. I'm going to hurt you. So I have a theory that.
This is what he has to put up with every single time.
There's. In the United States, I looked it up.
Yes.
Since the last time we did the podcast, it looks right around 600,000 Americans go missing every day or every year. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think I broke everything.
Congratulations. And it's just you.
It's just me. I don't know what I did.
Okay, moving on.
So 600,000 Americans disappear every year. And this looks like going back.
Just like going on vacation or something?
No, just vanished. It goes back. Every year since 2015 is when I was looking at it, and they're roughly like 600 to right around 600,000 to 643,000 every year. It varies between that number. It looks like, and I don't believe it's true. I believe that they're missing, and I believe a lot of people think that with the digital age that we live in, and all what we know about crime and murder and all that, they supposedly say that there's no more serial killers, that they are after Dahmer and all them. There hasn't
because it could be easily found out through
that they'll
DNA
make a
and all
mistake
that
right
stuff.
off the bat. My theory is that's bullshit. I believe
Is it just that they don't want to try?
No.
Okay.
I believe that they're active. 600,000 people is a lot of number. A lot of these are just people running away. I'm not saying that remotely that number is close to a serial killers or anything like that.
Okay.
Vast majority of them, 75%, are runaways. They're running away from their lives. These are children and adults. Like almost 100,000 of them are.
So they're just trying to get out of a bad situation.
Yeah, just moving on with their life and trying to get away from other people. Sure. I believe that a certain amount out of that number, 500,000 or 5,000 or something like that.
Okay.
It's really hard to disappear in a digital age. Everybody's connected, social media and everything else.
Not only that, but you also have like surveillance systems.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to get into that, I mean, you've seen how many episodes of CSI?
Yeah. All of
surveillance systems that have like face
files.
detection technology. Well, even ATM machines, our phones for that matter.
I don't think people can really disappear that much. Like some of these are terrible things that are happening in other ways, like sexual exploitation, sold into sex slavery and things like that, and all these terrible things. But I do believe that there are several active serial killers right now. And I think what they're doing, I think these people are incredibly smart. I believe that they're using all the information that we know about them already and are going about it in a different way. They're using that information against them. They're not following a set pattern.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it at what could be seen as random. The bodies are just disappearing up in some regards. I believe they're incredibly smart, and I believe they're incredibly wealthy to take themselves out of these situations. So
they're kind of like gatekeepers of their own.
Yep.
Okay. So if you've got the money, you
got the
might
money.
as
They
well.
don't do it in their own area. I believe they probably fly across the country and exploit certain situations to their advantage. But I've been putting thoughts into this for at least the last 2 years. I'm like,
it sounds very in-depth thought on your.
They're just not following a pattern, or they are at certain parts of the country that don't necessarily connect to somebody else. And if people don't even know that they're missing, why are they looking for somebody that's not there? They're not looking for a body. They're not looking for anything else like that because there's nothing to look for.
There's nothing to look for.
They just assume this person ran away. I believe, and this is like less than 1% of all these cases, but I do believe that there's active serial killers, plural, because I believe there's more than one, that are still in the United States right now.
When you were bringing this up in the beginning, the first thing that came to mind. Remember Soul Asylum? They had that song back in the 90s.
Runaway Train?
Yes.
Never going back?
I was going to bring that up in just a second here, but thank you for
buried the lead.
Stealing my thunder. Nope, that's it.
No, please continue. I apologize.
No, your call is very important to us. Yeah, but so they brought out that first video, and it had all these people, these kids and whatever missing since however many years ago. They brought out a second video. I remember the second video, and it was showing like found, which was like, I was blown away when I saw that second video. I thought, God, is this song again? And like, okay, I'm going to watch the video. Wait a minute, this is new. And they re-released the video with like all these people who were found, and it was amazing. And then they started like bringing on new people who were missing. Mm-hmm. Do you think something like that would be helpful, even though people don't watch MTV anymore? Let's face it, MTV is dead as what it used to be.
Yeah.
You got what used to be Palladia, and now it's MTV videos and whatever.
Yo,
high
MTV
def.
rap.
But it just shows videos constantly, but I don't think anybody really watches on anyway. But the point is, if they brought out something like that could captivate people to see missing people and witness them, visualize them, get it burned into their brains, do you think that we would have a resurgence of people being found again?
Well,
I'm not
desperately need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should. I just don't know how you reach out to somebody and
Maybe Soul Asylum should do it again.
Pop-ups in social media platforms, or
I mean, we do get Amber Alerts in our cell phones.
yeah, but they're all regionalized. You can't.
Yeah, they are
By the time they pop up,
regionalized,
somebody could be 2 states away.
and also it's just text. They don't really have anything else that goes along with it. You don't see a picture like the last known picture and stuff like that. At least I haven't seen anything like that. But
we could. I would encourage people that think that I might be onto something here, or if I'm totally off, and here's why.
Do you mind if I challenge you?
Yes, challenge me right now.
Well,
why I'm
no,
full of shit on my.
No. I'll just do it through. I'll do it through email. There is a better podcast.
You're going to email ourselves?
I'm going to email ourselves.
and
I'll
here's
be
why
like,
you're
hey,
wrong.
motherfucker. Oh, there's another one.
No, I think that it's at this point it's more plausible than not that there are active ones in there that are incredibly smart. I got to thinking about this. I'm like, do I even bring this up? Do I even want to bring this up into the daylight? Like, aren't you worried about it? Like, no, this is kind of what they want. The
moment that this becomes a singular podcast, then I think we have something to worry about.
No, I think it's more of like, this is all of serial killers want the same thing. They want renown. They want whatever they want. That
they want to be recognized. They want to have
this is their
clout.
achievement, and most of them are narcissistic assholes.
Wasn't there one guy who had like an incredibly ridiculous IQ?
That's Ed Kemper. That's the one.
That was Ed Kemper.
Well, he's one of them. A couple of them.
Yeah.
Supposedly Bundy did. I don't know. I was kind of aloof on Bundy. I think he just got insanely lucky for as long as he did. But yeah, Kemper was, and that's the one that I find moderately fascinating, just because the background of what happened in the story and what happened. And I don't want to bury all that because I want to do a decent write up on it and give the case the respect
we'll talk
it
about
deserves. That'll be my next one. I'll do a movie review and I'll try to do that all by the next time.
Man, you're actually putting effort into this thing.
Yeah. I don't. Like I said, I don't sleep much.
Warning.
Well, good for you.
Please do. There's a better podcast at
you.
gmail.com. Call me out if you think my theory is full of shit. Tell me why. Tell me why you feel that way.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Tell me why.
I don't want to email.
That takes too much.
There is a better podcast at gmail.com.
I cannot harmonize.
I think we just hit the bottom end of this podcast.
No, we didn't.
Was there more?
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, we talked about Game Pass. We talked about gaming. I had the idea about playing with our viewers. I'd love that idea. I think it'd be kind of cute.
That would be fun.
Hey, email us. We're both on Xbox. We'll give you our gamer tags. We'll play with you or tell us why we're full of shit.
Right.
We would love that.
Totally call us out on how terrible we are.
Did you hear about Xbox getting buying Bethesda Game Studios?
So I just when I bought when I reinitiated the
word is renewed, bitch. God,
that implies that I was nude once before.
Not renewed. Oh my God. I hate you.
So when I when I re-upped my account,
renewed.
Fine. When I renewed my nudity,
oh my God.
To Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, I think is how you pronounce that. I did see Bethesda as one of the things that I was like, oh, they just added a bunch of games then?
Yeah. Well,
so, but they actually were purchased.
Yeah, they bought all of ZeniMax or ZeniMax that has, not Cinemax. That has all these studios underneath it. It's the Elder Scrolls franchise, Fallout, which is two of my favorite games there. Going down. No. A couple of my Doom. They have the Doom, Wolfenstein.
I love Wolfenstein.
All those are getting added to Game Pass too. Like, it's an incredible deal, and they're on to Xbox is on to something with that Game Pass.
I agree. Now that you brought out Doom and Wolfenstein.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
They have new ones too. They have the old ones, and you can get on your PC.
What?
The Game Pass goes.
So. I'm screwed.
It goes by count. I don't know about that. I'm not that much. I'm a nerd, but I'm not that much of a nerd. I want to be a better nerd. Hey, can I tell you a random fact of my life?
Nerd. Go for it.
If you're looking at me, would you ever think that I've ever taken professional horseback riding lessons? Yes or no? You got a 50% chance to get right.
If the listeners,
or I could have just made something up.
If the listeners at home could see the look of disgust, wonderment, and just pure
enlightenment
on my face, it's like I'm trying to divide by -0.
Well, in this case, it's true. I took professional
When
horseback.
did you take horseback riding lessons?
I was young. I was a teenager, and
what was her name?
Well, it changed each time we went. But me and my foster dad would go ride horses at this ranch that's over by his cottage.
Horses.
Up in where we're from.
Yeah.
And we went there so often, we were trying to find something to do over one week. He's like, why don't we take horseback? Can we take lessons? And we did. Like, we went there every day for a week, and we just teach them how to walk sideways and all these. I don't remember all the stuff we did, like around barrels and stuff like that. Not that you're normal, you just on for a jaunt or anything. We actually took lessons.
That's incredible.
I just randomly thought of that earlier, right before this podcast. So
That is a really random thought.
Did you know segment?
Did you know
He rides a horse
Leroy Jenkins
down in the dungeon. I heard a crackle.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't. Why am I?
I don't
breaking
know why
shit?
you're crackling.
Hey, early in our, we can cut it after this if you want to. But early in our starting this, we said we were doing this because it was on my bucket list, and I finally wore you down. I feel like I could add.
It only took 2 years.
It did. And I said I was going to create a bucket list segment of things that I wanted to do so that I could check this off. And I have like a working document, but recently I added 3 things. And
Besides Janet Jackson.
God.
Janet Jackson, backup dancer.
I recanted that after I said nobody makes Janet a backup dancer.
No, I said Janet Jackson as you are the backup dancer
absolutely.
to Janet Jackson. Yes.
I'm still holding out hope. I'm still holding out hope on that because I don't know. I write stuff down and somehow I just make it happen. But there's 3 things I added to my list. Okay. One is to see the Northern Lights. I just think that's phenomenal. I'm into stuff
Aurora
like that.
Borealis in your kitchen at this time of day. Can I see it?
I feel like I should. What is this from?
That's from The Simpsons.
No, yeah.
And there's like a freaking.
You're a huge Simpsons
There's a
guy.
meme trove of that. If you just go on YouTube, you probably know what I'm talking about already. But there's a meme trove of it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And these are. I think these are all attainable things to do. The second one on the list that I added was to walk the Appalachian Trail.
Where's that located?
To hike it.
Is that New York?
It's in the Appalachian Mountains. It goes from, I think it goes all the way from Maine all the way down to Georgia.
Oh, shit. I'm not very good at geography.
Why did we almost have a geography podcast then?
But it was just called All Over the Map, which meant that we were just kind of all over the place. But since All Over the Place is probably
that is
taken,
our podcast. We are all over the place.
We really are.
And finally, to run a marathon. And I run
I'm
like
glad you said that one for last. We should really go out on a bang. That's a good one. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
To run a marathon, which is humorous
ding.
because I don't even have a ACL in my left knee, but I think I can. Or I tore it already.
I think you could do it.
I think I could, but
now,
I don't want to.
time is not an issue.
No,
An 11-hour marathon is perfectly normal for people who have no business running a marathon.
I don't know why that was a great one at the moment. I think tomorrow I'm like, why did I write that down? Because if I put it on the list, I'm not taking it off until I do it or I die. So
if I have a bucket list, my bucket list will change because I'll just have different buckets.
It's supposed to change.
I'll have different buckets.
Oh my God, I hate you so much.
One of them would be to meet. I would love to meet my childhood crush,
Jody
Sweeten. Yes.
Well, we almost got that at the same time.
Yeah. How about that? How about that?
That'd be pretty sweet. And
Tin. Jeez, old Pete's. Well, I don't know if you can hear this at home. Our mics are starting to cut out here, which is probably a good sign.
Yes.
And we need to get going. So, if you ever find yourself listening to this and then ask yourself, why the hell did I waste my time? Always remember,
there is a better podcast.
And you can find us at Twitter and Instagram. There is a better podcast. And make sure you email us.
There is a better podcast at gmail.com.
And we will see you next time.
Hit him with the outro.
Aye, aye, Captain.